I want to talk about trust when you're dating someone. So I came across an article that I was reading where it mentions the Facebook group, Are We Dating the Same Guy? And there's two areas where I want to explore in this. But before I get there, first and foremost, there will be a woman's version of that, meaning that I'm pretty sure there's going to be guys out there that's going to ask, Are we dating the same women? But let's factor in on why this is happening. So, as we all know, the online dating scene has taken over the way that we date in the wild, right? Long are gone the days where you would meet someone at work, at school, or a blind date. So now we're all swiping left, we're all swiping right, right? So, what happens now is there are some people who are willing to play the field, build a roster. So, because this is happening now, there's some people who have a more sincere and honest and genuine approach to dating, and they want to make sure that they're not one of a thousand. Meaning that when you look at their phone, they're not Emily number three we met at the grocery store, because Emily number two you met on Tinder, and Emily number one you met on Bumble. They don't want to be a part of a long list of potentials. They want to know that if they're serious about dating, so are you. So, what can we learn about these Facebook groups? One, dishonesty and lack of trust in a relationship or before we even get there in dating. So, why does this happen? This happens because people are probably coming from a bad experience, people with bad intentions, or they're guarded. They're guarded for reasons that maybe are more internal than external. Maybe they don't know if they are able to get what they want. Maybe they've been hurt. Maybe they've been strung along with promise after promise after promise. I have a friend that was dating someone for 10 years with the hopes of getting married and having children. 10 years later, she didn't have the marriage, she didn't have the children. So now the argument could be made. Part of the problem is with her, part of the problem is with that guy. And there's an argument for both. But just for this type of conversation, the problem is people aren't upfront with their intentions and people aren't holding people accountable for these conversations. So, what can we do then? What we can do is number two is to make sure we're aware of the type of person that we're dating. Make sure that we're having these conversations right from the beginning. Narrow down your list. 5 things. 3 are physical, 2 are more internal, his personality or her personality, right? Because sometimes people get taken advantage of, not because they're naive, is because they believe in the potential of people. And we can't date on potential anymore. We need to date on reality. And and what do I mean by reality? What I mean is that you have to vet the person correctly. What are their interests? What do they want? How do they meet your goals of a relationship? Now, if the person is in a committed relationship and they're cheating, then we got to figure out something else. And this is where groups like this are very important. But here's a question I have for each and every one of you. There is a reason why you're beginning to mistrust this person. Your body is telling you something. Your mind is telling you something. Your intuition is letting you know something is wrong or something has changed. You need to have a conversation about it. Any changes in your relationship, no matter how subtle, will be picked up on your body, will be picked up by your intuition.